Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am sharing swatches with you from the October polish pickup. If you don't know what polish pickup is, it is every month a bunch of different indie makers, I think there's like 100 indie makers, get together and base a polish or an item off of a theme, and the October theme is villains. The ordering period for this is October 5th through the 8th, and this is a pre-order, so it does take a few weeks to get everything shipped. In the description box below, I will link the polish pickup site. I will also link the sites and Instagram pages to all of the makers that I am showing today. You can't get these on their sites. They're only going to be available on the polish pickup site, but it is a good representation of the brand if it was something you were interested in. So I do have 8 polishes to look at today, and let's go ahead and get started. So at first we have You Shall Not Go to the Ball from Blush Lacquer. And this is described as a silvery champagne base with shifts of green and gold multi-chrome flakes that shift gold to green to blue, holographic pigment, and hollow flakes. And this was inspired by Cate Blanchett's portrayal of the Wicked Stepmother in the live-action Cinderella. So this will retail for $12, and there's no cap here. This has a great formula, 2 to 3 coats. It does dry very glossy on its own with no texture. The only reason you would want a top coat for this is to keep your manicure lasting a long time, and the removal process isn't difficult at all. Nothing wants to stick to your nail or anything like that. So in my swatch photo, you're going to see 2 coats of You Shall Not Go to the Ball and a glossy top coat. Up next, we have Colores de Carol's Nemesis of Eternia. And this is described as a deep purple base with aurora shimmer that goes from purple to red, gold to copper multi-chrome magnetic, and ultra-chrome chameleon flakies. And the inspiration for this is Skeletor. So this will retail for $12 with no cap, and that price does include a magnet. This one also has a good formula, completely opaque in 2 to 3 coats. With multi-chromes, I do tend to add that 3rd coat, that way I can build up a fully opaque base before using the magnet, because when I do the magnet it pulls the color from the rest of the nail, so you could end up with some bald spots. I actually didn't have that problem with this one. This was a 2-coater for me. I did do the magnet on 2 coats, but if I was wearing it for more than just a swatch, I personally would have gone in for the 3rd coat. This one is going to dry down a little bit dull, so you will want a nice glossy top coat, and it will also help smooth out all of those flakies. Nothing in here is going to be hard to remove or stick to your nail or anything like that. So in my swatch photo, you're going to see 2 coats of Nemesis of Eternia and a glossy top coat. Up next from Kathleen Co, we have Shapeshifter. This is described as a bright cobalt blue with gold to green magnetic pigment and red holographic micro glitters, red metallic micro flakies that also give off sneaky flashes of red. The inspiration for this was Mystique. So this will retail for $12.50, and there is a cap of 200 bottles. So being another magnetic, the same things apply that I said to Colores de Carol. You may want to go in for a 3rd coat. This is one that I did want to do the 3 coats for. The first time I did it, I did try to get away with 2 coats because I know that's more people's style. But like I said, it did pull away from that base and create a couple bald spots. So I would recommend 3 coats. 2 regular coats and then 1 with the magnet to make those 3 coats. This one is also going to dry down on the dull side, so you will want a glossy top coat, but nothing in here is going to dry textured. The little micro glitter that are in here though do kind of get everywhere in your cuticles and stuff. So the way I remove those kind of pesky polishes is I will put the acetone straight on my nail, let it sit for a hot second, push down hard, and then just slide. So none of those little micro glitter end up in my cuticles and then just take twice as long to take off. And that does count for if you are taking it off after multiple days of wear too. So anyway, in my swatch photo, you're going to see 3 coats of Shapeshifter and a glossy top coat. So up next from LynB Designs, we have I Wanted You to Love Me. This is described as a purple to blue thermal with intense blue to purple shifting shimmer and 2 different types of ultra chrome chameleon flakies, one of which shifts from a green to cyan to sapphire to blue, and the other blue to violet to purple to copper. And this is inspired by Kilgrave from the show Jessica Jones. So this polish will retail for $12, and there is no cap. This has a good formula, completely opaque, 2 to 3 coats. I did get it completely opaque in 2. If you have a super duper white nail line, you might need a 3. I don't particularly see that happening. This is pretty creamy and opaque. You do get a ton of these flakies out without having to do anything kind of special, and the temperature sensitivity to this is very, very good. It does change really quickly without, you know, having to sit your hand in hot water for 20 minutes, which I do appreciate because it made taking photos much, much easier. This will dry down almost completely matte, so you will want a nice glossy top coat for that, but nothing in here is hard to remove. So in my swatch photo, you're going to see 2 coats of I Wanted You to Love Me and a glossy top coat. So up next from Native War Paints, we have You Pour Simple Fools. And this is described as a dark purple jelly with green and violet holographic glitters, green to purple aurora pigment, and a hollow touch. And this is inspired by Maleficent. So this will retail for $13 and there is no cap. And then I also received their eyeshadow called You Pour Simple Fools, and this is for the indie pickup, which are 2 different things now apparently, and are happening on 2 different days, but I don't do a video for the indie pickup, so I did want to go ahead and just mention that this is here as well. Baby will be joining us in just a second, but this has a beautiful formula, beautiful finish. The holographic in here stands out so, so nicely in the sunlight. The glitter distributes nice and evenly. This is a really good formula, completely opaque in 2 coats. And everything is just really, really beautiful in here. Those glitters are going to dry slightly textured, so you will want a top coat for that reason. But they are also going to be a little bit difficult to remove, so just bear that in mind and either wear a peel-off base coat or use pure acetone when removing. But overall, I really, really love this one. So you're going to see in my swatch photo 2 coats of You Pour Simple Fools. Sorry guys, he has got to do this with us because I have to get this video up today. I am filming it the morning of, so Baby is hanging out with us talking about polish pickup. So up next from my brand Pampered Polishes, we have Perfectly Balanced, which is inspired by Thanos from Marvel's Infinity Wars. So this is a periwinkle purple crelly with 6 different ultra chrome chameleon flakies, gold flakies, hollow micro shreds, and a scattered hollow. So this will be available for $12 and there is a cap of 200 bottles. I think this one has a good formula. It is completely opaque in 2 coats with that nice squishy jelly finish. You get a ton of these little micro flakies out without having to do anything special. Nothing in here is going to dry textured. Nothing in here is going to be difficult to remove. It does dry down a little bit dull though, so you will want a nice glossy top coat for that reason. But in my swatch photo, you're going to see 2 coats of Perfectly Balanced and a glossy top coat. So next up from Rogue Lacquer, we have God of Mischief. And this is described as a teal with green to blue shifting unicorn pigment, gold hollow micro glitter, scattered hollow, and color shifting flakies. And this is inspired by Loki. So this has a really good formula, completely opaque in 2 to 3 coats. I did 3 coats. I felt like it deepened the color just a little bit. If you're not super picky though, you could get this opaque in 2 coats, no problem. This one is going to dry pretty textured, so you will want a top coat to smooth everything out and make it nice and glossy. And the removal on this is a little bit painful. I would recommend using a peel-off base coat just to avoid any kind of frustration in the scrubbing process. But in my swatch photo, you are going to see 3 coats of God of Mischief in a glossy top coat. And the last polish I have to share with you today is Shameless from Sassy Polish. This is described as a medium, warm-toned red jelly base loaded with copper scattered hollow, as well as red to orange to gold ultra chrome chameleon flakies. And this is inspired by Cersei Lannister from Game of Thrones. This polish will retail for $12 and there's no cap. This has a great 2-coat formula. Very smooth, buttery, easy to use, applies like a dream, 0 problems on the formula here, and this is a very, very beautiful finish. Nothing in here is going to dry textured, nothing in here is going to be difficult to remove, so in my swatch photo, you're going to see 2 coats of Shameless and a glossy top coat. And that is it. Let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of the polishes that I had to share with you today. Let me know also what you plan on picking up. There are, again, like I said, over 100 things in the polish pickup every month. So I have only 8 things from the pickup to show you. So there's got to be like, I don't know, at least 10 more things on everybody's list. I know there's a ton on mine. But let me know what you guys plan on getting. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you'd like to see more from me, and I will talk to you again next time. Bye.